Seema Ayers joining us now. Tom Borelli. Tom, start with you. What do you make of the governor's response here, kind of dismissing, if you will, what happened?
Shaun, Governor Cuomo is being absolutely shameless. He is the one responsible for many of those deaths in the nursing home. They had the program in New York, as you mentioned, that forced people who were infected or recovering back into nursing homes. That was completely irresponsible, especially since we had data before then that was a bad decision. We knew in China and we knew in Italy it was the elderly that were most susceptible to this virus. One of the first outbreaks, we mentioned this before, was in the state of Washington outside Seattle, where a large number of people in a nursing home were infected. If you knew that data, the first thing you do is you protect the elderly. You do not send infected people into the nursing home. That is absolutely outrageous. It makes no common sense at all. Cuomo should get off the stage every day and stop with these lectures and go back to work. And what was even worse, he knew about that program in March and he kept it going, I think, for another month or two. My God, that man should be removed from office. He should just walk out in sheer embarrassment. And where's the media all over him? They're letting him get away with this.
Yeah, strong words from Tom Borelli. Seema, bring you in on this conversation as well. Tom's got a good point, too. What he said there, he says, look, you've learned a lot. This isn't something new we've learned about the vulnerable population. We saw it in Seattle. The governor already knew this.
Well, it also just doesn't make sense because every attorney general's office has a bureau devoted to investigating nursing homes. So just use them and investigate the nursing homes. There were 5,000 deaths between March 1st and May 1st. I'm not saying prosecute, but definitely investigate. And I will tell you personally, as a lawyer, I have had cases of elder abuse involving nursing homes. And as a journalist, I have reported on cases of abuse in nursing homes. This was prevalent way before COVID-19. So at least let's investigate it.
Yeah, Seema, I want to ask you about that. Being a journalist, if we put you in that room, the press conference with Cuomo, who he gives them daily, why aren't we seeing other journalists? And we are, to be fair, we are seeing some questions asked, but it is not, you're right, it's not getting the attention you would think it gets. These are lives. This is someone's relative that lost their life because of this decision.
Shaun, I'm so glad you're asking this because this is what I don't understand. When President Trump gives his briefings, he's constantly bombarded with accusations and gotcha questions. Whereas when Governor Cuomo gives his, fireside chat, feel-good conversations, people aren't pushing back on him. And I really don't understand why. I don't know, maybe if enough other representatives of the media aren't present, but he needs to be asked these questions. I'm not calling for a full-blown prosecution of every nursing home, but I am certainly saying that every attorney general's office is equipped for an investigation. Use those attorneys and do the investigation because you have no idea how many lives could have been saved.
Absolutely. Meantime, Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf already under fire for his handling of nursing homes during the crisis. The state lawmaker is now calling on his colleagues to co-sponsor a resolution calling for the impeachment for that office. Seema, you're an attorney. Is there any weight in this?
Okay, well, in our history, only 16 governors have been voted to impeachment and only 9 have been removed. So it's not likely in that level. Now, the threshold is either high crimes and misdemeanors, some type of neglect or malfeasance, or incompetence or corruption. So if we are looking at incompetence, because I think that's the only argument, perhaps, maybe negligence, you have to look at what other governors in a similar situation are doing. That's what the law dictates. And frankly, he is doing what other governors are doing. I don't think this is going anywhere. Yeah. I don't think it's threshold requirements.
But it's interesting how hard they're pushing, Tom, in Pennsylvania and nothing in New York.
Yeah, imagine that. Just shows you how deep blue New York is compared to Pennsylvania, which we know last time voted for President Trump. Look, again, it's all about accountability, whether it's a recall, whether it's an impeachment. When you go in, what we've learned from the coronavirus issue here, when you're walking into that voting booth, you are literally voting for your life and your livelihood. You put the wrong person in office, it can cost you your job, it could cost you your life, it could cost you the life of your family members. So voting now is certainly to be taken very, very seriously. So I hope these Democrat governors will be held responsible and accountable for their actions. But I think the good news is the American people are waking up to just how bad government can be for the individual.
And I'll leave it right there. Seema Iyer, Tom Borelli, thank you both for your time. Stay safe, guys.